Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're looking at, well, the very language of the ancients. We're exploring a system where the alphabet isn't just a set of sounds.
Not at all. It's a structure of pure meaning.
Exactly. Our sources treat these ancient Hebrew letters not just as characters for writing, but as living symbols. Each one is a pictograph with its own deep spiritual meaning.
That's the core of it. And for you listening, the real mission today is to see that these letters go way beyond just phonetics. Each one has a name, a shape, and a special picture that ties into these huge concepts.
Concepts like creation, order, purpose.
All of it. It's a foundational look at this symbolic architecture of thought itself.
Okay, let's get into it. The source material talks a lot about biblical numerology and something called gematria. That sounds pretty specialized. What's the working definition we need here?
Well, the goal is clarity. Practical teaching that's rooted in the scripture's own internal logic, its own mathematics, if you will.
Its own math.
Yes. Biblical numerology is just the study of how numbers in the text communicate order and purpose. Gematria is the tool you use for that study.
Gematria. So that's the idea that every Hebrew letter has a number value assigned to it. Aleph is 1, Bet is 2, and so on.
Precisely. And once you have those values, you can sum them up in a word. For instance, the Hebrew word for father, Av, is spelled with Aleph and Bet.
So that would be 1 plus 2.
1 plus 2, which is 3. Gematria then looks at how that value, 3, connects to other words or ideas that also sum to 3. It reveals these hidden links.
So the letters are doing double duty. They're both phonetic and mathematical.
Yes, exactly. They're dual-purpose symbols.
And our sources kept highlighting a pattern with the numbers 3, 6, and 9.
Right.
Why those 3 specifically? What makes them so fundamental?
They're seen as key divine markers. 3 often points to unity or divine manifestation, like the Trinity.
Okay.
6 is almost always connected to man, or the material world. Think creation in 6 days. And 9, as the last single digit, it often symbolizes finality or truth.
So we should keep an eye out for those numbers as we go.
Definitely. You'll see how they reinforce the symbolic meaning of the letters they're tied to.
All right, with that framework, let's dive in. The first 4 letters, Aleph, Bet, Gimel, and Dalet. The sources say these establish the big core concepts.
They really do. They set the stage. We start with Aleph.
The first letter.
And what's so fascinating is that it's a silent letter. It doesn't really have a sound of its own.
So what does it mean?
Its pictograph is the ox. And in that culture, the ox was everything. It was strength, power, the animal that helped you work the land.
So the very first letter, the foundation of everything, is silent strength. It's power that enables, not power that, shouts. I like that.
And that silent strength is immediately followed by structure. The second letter is Bet.
Bet. Sounds like a B.
It does. And his meaning is house, a cozy home, a dwelling, a container.
So the progression is that power Aleph has to be channeled into a structure, Bet, to actually be useful.
To be effective, yes.
So we have strength and a place to dwell. To expand that world, you need movement. Which brings us to the third letter, Gimel.
Gimel sounds like a G, and it means camel.
A camel. Okay, that makes sense.
Symbolically, the camel is the journey. It's the provision you need to cross difficult terrain. It's how you get from A to B.
And it's the third letter, so its value is 3.
Right, tying it directly back to that number of divine completeness we just talked about. The journey itself has a divine pattern to it.
And we even see that in Scripture, right? In Genesis, with Rebekah giving water to the camels, the provision and the journey are linked.
Absolutely. The letter is the provision. So now you have strength, shelter, and a way to travel. Where are you going? You need an entrance.
The fourth letter, Dalet.
Dalet. Sounds like D.
And it looks a bit like a door frame or maybe a tent flap.
Its meaning is literally door. Symbolically, it's about access, a pathway. It represents entering a new state, moving from one place to another.
Like in Psalm 118, this is the gate of the Lord.
That's the perfect connection. The doorway is the access point to the divine.
It's a beautiful, logical path, isn't it? Strength creates a structure which allows for a journey, which requires access.
Exactly. The foundation is set.
So that sequence gives us the physical layout of the world. Now let's move from those static ideas like the house and door to things involving interaction, revelation. The fifth letter is He.
He is the fifth letter. It sounds like H. It's often described as just a gentle breath, like breathing out.
A breath.
And its meaning is window or breath. Symbolically, that translates to revelation and grace.
That connection is powerful. A window lets light in revelation, and breath is life, spirit.
And this letter is, you could argue, one of the most significant. Think about what God does in Genesis 17. He adds this letter, he, to the names of Abram and Sarai.
Right. They become Abraham and Sarah.
Yes, it's this moment of divine grace, of revelation, that completely changes their destiny. The addition of this simple breath, pictograph, transforms their entire purpose.
Wow. Just a single letter carrying the weight of a whole theological shift. Okay, moving on. The sixth letter is Vav. It seems very functional.
It is. Vav sounds like V. It means
Wow.
hook or nail. Visually, it just looks like a peg you'd use to join things.
So symbolically, it's all about connection.
Connection and union. And since it's the sixth letter, it has the value of 6.
Okay, so 6 is the number of man, and it represents connection. Does that mean our sources see human effort as the essential link between the divine and the earth?
That's a great question. And yes, the sources lean right into that tension. The hook, Vav, is what holds things together. In the tabernacle, for example, the Vavs connected the curtains.
So a physical connection.
A physical connection made by man, but under divine instruction. It suggests that connection is often achieved through physical action in this material world.
Makes sense. After connection, we get to the 7th letter, Zayin.
Zain sounds like Z. Its physical meaning is weapon, a sword.
A sword, okay.
But its symbolic sense is this fascinating paradox. It means completion and rest.
A weapon signifying rest. That seems completely backward.
It does. But the sources explain that this isn't passive rest. It's the rest you achieve after the battle is won.
Ah, I see.
It connects perfectly to creation being completed on the 7th day. It's the peace you find through being prepared, not through inaction. The completion is won by the power of the sword.
And if Zayin is completion, the 8th letter, Het, must be what comes next.
Right, Het is the 8th letter. It's that throaty CH sound. Its meaning is fence or wall.
Creating safe spaces, boundaries.
Exactly. And symbolically, 8 represents a new beginning, new life. The number 8 starts a new cycle after the 7 days of completion.
And where do we see that in a biblical context?
Most famously in the covenant of circumcision on the 8th day. A boundary, the Het, the fence is set, and that boundary begins a new life, a new covenant cycle.
And finally in this set, we have the 9th letter, Teth.
Teth sounds like T and means basket. It's a symbol of containment, holding something of value, maybe hidden provision. It's often remembered by its coiled, snake-like shape.
And as the 9th letter, its value is 9.
The value is 9, rounding out that critical pattern of 3, 6, and 9. 9 symbolizes that finality or divine truth. It suggests that whatever is in that basket, it's the fullness of a contained revelation.
We've covered the physical world and the interaction between humanity and grace. But to really get gematria, we need to jump forward.
Yes, we have to. We're going to jump past some letters to get to the ones that govern perception, communication, and spiritual authority. This is where we get into the higher numerical values.
Let's go to the 16th letter, Ayin. Its value is 70, quite a leap. And its meaning is the eye.
The literal eye, yes,
Yeah.
but symbolically it's about vision, insight. The high value, 70, elevates it from just physical sight to spiritual perception.
It's asking you to see beyond the surface.
Exactly. You're reminded of verses like Psalm 34.15, the eyes of the Lord.
Yeah.
It's about divine attentiveness.
And naturally, after the eye comes the mouth. The 17th letter is P.
P, valued at 80. It means mouth. Symbolically, this is about speech, declaration. Our sources really stress the incredible power of the mouth.
It's the tool to transmit the vision from Ayin into the world.
Exactly. Speaking can build realities or it can destroy them. The value of 80 just emphasizes the scale of that power.
And next, the 18th letter, Sadi, valued at 90.
Sadi literally means hook, but its symbolic meaning is righteousness or justice. It's sometimes just called the righteous one.
So vision, then speech, then justice.
The sequence is key. It suggests that true vision and powerful speech have to be anchored in justice. And its value, 90, carries the weight of finality from the number 9.
We'll skip Kof and go right to the hundreds. The 20th letter, Resh.
Resh, valued at 200. It means head,
Leadership.
beginning, and leadership. When a letter's value hits the hundreds, its meaning is amplified to an authoritative level. Resh is primary authority.
After the head, the leader, we have the 21st letter, Shin.
Shin, valued at 300. It means tooth. But symbolically, it represents fire, the divine stark.
A tooth and fire. What's the connection?
A tooth grinds and processes, just like fire refines material. And the value, 300, links it back to that divine theme of 3. It's a transformative, refining force.
And finally, the whole alphabet is sealed with the 22nd letter, Tav.
Tav, the final letter, value 400. Its literal meaning is mark, sign, or seal. The ancient form even looked like an X or a cross.
So its symbolic sense is ultimate completion.
Total, covenant, and completion. It's the signature at the end. We see this explicitly in Ezekiel 9 with the mark placed on the foreheads of the righteous. It's the ultimate boundary and confirmation.
Okay, so we've reached the end of the 22 letters up to a value of 400. But this is where gematria gets even more complex. You mentioned 5 letters have special final forms.
Yes, the Sophet letters. This is essential to understand the completeness of the whole system.
And they're only used at the very end of a word.
Correct. 5 letters, Kaf, Mem, Nun, Pei, and Sadi, change their shape at the end of a word, and that new shape gets a new, higher value. They continue the count beyond 400.
Giving you values of 500, 600, 700, 800, and 900.
All the way to 900.
But why? Why create a whole new form and value just for the end of a word?
That's the key question. It speaks directly to this idea of finality. When a concept is sealed in a word, when it reaches its natural conclusion, it unlocks a higher level of numerical meaning.
So it's not just a grammatical rule.
It's a mathematical one. It ensures the symbolic weight extends all the way to 900, reinforcing the idea that nothing in the language is accidental. The system itself is a seal of truth.
So when we step back and look at the whole thing, the takeaway is this is not just an alphabet.
Not at all. Biblical numerology and gematria, with these number patterns of 3, 6, and 9, they're presented as this incredibly sophisticated method, a way that order and purpose are literally woven into the fabric of Scripture.
It's an assertion that the language itself is a perfect vessel,
holding answers for every doubt and revealing these divine connections through its own internal math.
It's a profound thought, the idea that the very structure of the language is a theological statement. We started this deep dive with Aleph,
YAH-WEH,
meaning foundational strength and work, and we've ended with Tav,
The mark or covenant.
symbolizing ultimate completion and the final seal.
The entire alphabet is a journey, from the initial strength needed to begin, all the way to the final seal of a completed promise.
Which leaves us with a final provocative thought for you to take with you from this deep dive. If this whole alphabet is meant to be a living symbol of truth, consider the path from Aleph, strength, to Tav, covenant. Does ultimate strength and power truly lie? Not in the initial effort, but in the final, enduring act of sealing a promise. You can explore that connection between strength and covenant as you revisit some of the passages we've looked at today, thinking about the foundation and the seal of divine intention.